back. So right now we're literally just leaving home and we're going to work. But Australia is still not on lockdown. I'm counted as essential service apparently, so I get to go to work. But there are a lot of people out there that have lost their jobs, and I do feel sorry for those people that've got families, they've got mortgages to pay, they've got responsibilities, they've got loans, Jeep parts, whatever it might be, and people have lost out on their holidays. We were supposed to be in New Zealand last week. We had to cancel and lost out a couple $100 in flights and stuff like that. That stuff does happen. Thankfully, don't know why I could say that, it is early in the morning, but thankfully I am still on a job. My wife's still on maternity leave, which is alright. But I just wanted to check in with you guys to make sure everybody is doing alright. Nobody's struggling or feeling alone out there. There's hard times where a lot of people don't have family to either reach out to because you live in a different country or a different state. You might not have a partner at home, or you might live alone, whatever the case might be, or you might just be feeling a bit down. This is where the Jeep community and everybody kind of comes in handy. A few people doing posts on Facebook about sharing photos of your Jeeps and kind of interacting with each other, which is awesome. I think we should start doing that more and talking to people that don't necessarily have other people around to lean on. So if you guys are feeling alone or pretty much alone, segregated from the rest of the world, reach out to me, reach out to someone else on the channel, reach out to people on Instagram, reach out to other Jeep owners around the world. I mean, owning a Jeep or owning a four-wheel drive makes the world quite small, but the world actually feels quite large at the moment. Not being able to travel or go out and do the things that we love to do. I was watching a video I posted probably a month ago now, where we went up Double Island Point, or TY Village actually, friends, and it was great doing those things. And it sucks that we can't just hop in the Jeep now, we can't go out with our family and friends and interact with people and do the same things that we always used to love and do, and that's why we own these four-wheel drives, that's why we own Jeeps. But just because we can't meet up and do Jeep meets doesn't mean we can't still be friendly towards each other and help each other out in this time of need. So if you guys want to reach out, either comment on this live video, comment on a past video, whatever it might be, but you can also reach out on Instagram as well at Cheap Jeeper. Just send me a DM. You don't actually have to follow me, I don't care about that. If you're feeling down, just send me a direct message. We can have a chat. We can just discuss whatever, whether it be four-wheel drive related, Jeep related, life related, whatever it might be. But I just wanted to reach out and make sure everybody's doing alright. Leave a comment below if you guys are still in work, if you've been sent home, if you've actually lost your job. Unfortunately, I know a few people that have lost their jobs, and it sucks, and hopefully the government is doing a few things to help those people out. People on benefits are getting payments at the end of this month. So it is April now, 1st of April here in Australia, and I think the government was pushing out to do a $750 one-off payment, or two payments of $750 to people that have lost their jobs or have lost 80% of their wage. I don't know if Australia's going to shut down. Probably not. New Zealand shut down. If you guys haven't realised already, I'm actually a Kiwi, but I do live in Australia. So New Zealand shut down, full lockdown for 4 weeks. Also, let me know what's going on in your part of the world. I know a lot of countries are different. I don't know what's like in every other country. A lot of countries are full lockdown. Like, you can't leave your house, food can be dropped off to you and that sort of thing. New Zealand have some pretty strict rules, which is awesome. When shit hits the fan, they shut it down. There's no mucking around. The Prime Minister doesn't want people getting sick, people getting hurt, people losing their jobs, so they shut it down. So by the end of it, they can figure out who's got it, who's got the virus, and kind of treat those people, and then everybody else can kind of get back to daily life. All countries should be locked down before it left. Yeah, it should be. You're 100% right. All countries should have been locked down. Then we wouldn't have had this full worldwide pandemic. A lot of people probably wouldn't have got sick. You're 100% correct. They should have been. I mean, the economy would have crashed and people would have lost their jobs 100%, and the world would have taken a massive hit. But that's the way of the world. It's better than people getting sick and people dying and that virus spreading to places where it shouldn't. So I think Australia's wrong and they should have been shut down weeks ago. A lot of people were saying it. It's exactly right, mate. Like, Australia should have been shut down weeks ago, and it's getting worse, but there's still, like, my mate's a barber. He's a great dude. He owns a Jeep as well, and he's got 2 young girls, and pretty much the government said all essential services can stay open, including barbers, but you got to stay 1.5 meters apart, which is, to me, is pretty stupid, especially when a female's haircut will take like 4 hours. So they did like foils or whatever they do, and they get sent home, come back. But 25 haircuts per day at half-an-hour slots, it's more likely to spread the virus than 2 haircuts per day over 4 hours, which doesn't really make sense to me. But I'm not in Parliament, I'm not a Prime Minister, I'm not in power, so I don't know how it makes sense to them. But anyway, if you guys are feeling down, if you're feeling alone, whatever it might be, these are the times that reach out to either myself, someone else on the channel, maybe a group, a Jeep page, or whatever it might be, on Facebook, Instagram, whatever it might be. I know New Zealand's doing like a stay-at-home skids where you can upload a video of you doing either a burnout in your driveway or in your shed, which is pretty cool. It gives them a sense of like being together and doing something together, and it's a good way to stay entertained. I know, I think that lady was judging me because I'm recording myself. Anyway, maybe we could do something like that if you guys want to set up a hashtag on Instagram, maybe hashtag cheap Jeeper or something like that. You guys can use that hashtag on Instagram. I can find your photos, I can share your photos on either my story, these live videos on YouTube, whatever it might be. That way we can, whatever you're up to, whatever is in front of you, whatever you want, that can be anything, it doesn't have to be 4-wheel drive or Jeep related. We're just sitting here getting fed over here in the States. But you guys do have some amazing food. If I was in America right now, oh man, Taco Bell, oh, Cheesecake Factory, oh, you guys have some awesome food over there. I can't wait till I get back. Well, whenever I can get back. At the moment, there's no like end in sight of when like those airports are going to reopen and we can start traveling again. Go wheeling, you don't really have to get out of your Jeep. I'm actually trying to drive at the moment, so it's a bit hard for me to read like the whole comment. That's true. You could go wheeling, not get out of your Jeep, not speak to anyone. I know the petrol stations are still open at the moment, so they've got like a glass screen, so you could actually take your Jeep out, go wheeling like you said, and just fill up at one of those gas stations. I can't see why not. It's better than sitting at home. There's a policeman behind me. I don't know if recording a live video on YouTube is illegal or not. I don't think you can see me. Anyway, that's actually not a bad idea. The government hasn't said you can't do that. And also, that has just made me realise that a notification has come up about a lot of the state parks here in Australia. A lot of them are actually closed, so you can't go out and go to those parks and go forward driving, which kind of sucks. So that kind of puts a dampener. There's like parks that aren't recreational parks that aren't owned by the government, so any government owned, like any state forest, so that includes where we were a couple of weeks ago, which is Tiwa Beach, and Dubba Island, Noosa North Shore, Glasshouse Mountains, Kenilworth, and a lot of those other places, those are actually closed to the public. You can't go them, you can't go for a drive, you can't do any of that stuff. So that is a great idea. If it's not, I don't know what it's like in America, I don't know what it's like in other parts of the world, if those places are shut down or not. But in Australia, you can still do a 30-minute haircut, but you can't go to a state forest. Most American parks are closed, but many trails are still open. Oh yeah, makes sense. Is Moab and stuff like that still open? I did see a few videos the other day being posted from Moab in Utah. It'd be interesting to know if those places are still open as well. So same there, state parks are closed, which kind of makes sense. It's like a government shutdown. I might have to research into that a bit more. All the places we normally go are state forest and government owned. So, not 100% sure what. Damn, that would suck. I used to work with that guy. That sucks. Damn. Hopefully one day I can head to Moab. Maybe I can meet you guys there, whatever. That sucks. It is closed. Is it owned by the government, or is it? I know there is a fee to get in there, isn't there? Man, that sucks. Is there any good wheeling places around where you guys live? Or even, I think we call them like telephone tracks there, so they're like service roads that people can use to... Oh yeah, it is government owned, yeah. That kind of makes sense. Something so amazing that someone can make money off is owned by the government. Makes sense. But around here... Oh yeah. Awesome. Many places around here, I don't know if you guys can see it through the live video, all the places down that left hand side there, those are telephone tracks. So you can actually take your car on there. They've got a few ruts and stuff like that you can drive on. They're not they're not hard stuff by any means, but you can drive down them and maybe get a bit of a fixture of your four-wheeling needs if you need to, which isn't bad. We've got a few mountains here in the background. Mountain off to the right hand side is Mount Coolum where I work, and there's a few mountains off to the left hand side. I don't know if you guys can see them or not, and they're not by any means hard stuff. They're mostly just dirt roads with nice scenic lookouts. But I love your idea of actually just going out. You don't have to leave your Jeep, you don't have to interact with anyone else, which is actually a great idea. That way you're not stuck at home. I think people go... yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, we'll go from level 1 to level 5 super quick. I don't know, I think we're at level 1 at the moment. We should be at level 4, whatever New Zealand's level is for shutting the country down. We should be the shutdown at the moment, but fucking government. Anyway, but yeah, getting that itch of going out and exploring. I think people go a bit stir crazy, just sitting at home, wallowing, just sitting in front of the Netflix, sitting in front of YouTube. I mean, I'm guilty of it. I got stuff to do at home that I wouldn't mind doing. I got stuff on the JK I want to do. I want to service it because I've just bought it. I don't know the history behind oil changes and stuff like that, so I want to do diff oils, gearbox oil, trans oil, and do a nice full fluid change and stuff like that, because you just don't know. So having that time off will give me the opportunity to do that, spend some time with my family, but also at that same time, you don't know how long that shutdown's going to last. My work was talking about if they shut down, like if they shut it down themselves for 4 weeks, then we come back to work after 4 weeks and someone has it or someone's sick, we're about to shut down for another 4 weeks. So when does that sort of end? But I love your idea about not staying at home the whole time. If you can get out, whether it's somewhere very close to home, like say you've got half a tank gas, go somewhere close, go explore for half a day, 45 minutes, whatever it might be, just to get out of the house, clear your mind, whether it's just down at our local beach, I mean, I live on the Sunshine Coast, which is full coastline this whole way down. Good job, mate. I hope you guys stay in a job. I hope all of you stay in a job. I mean, the people that have lost their jobs suck. I feel for those people. But as I said before, if you guys have lost your job and you're feeling down, whatever it might be, don't just roll up into a ball and close your eyes. Reach out to me, reach out to someone else on the channel, reach out to those, and that's what the Jeep community is there for. It's there for those hard times that you want to rely on someone else, have a chat. Because even though the Jeep community is so got a job because of nice. Well, what job is that doing? Is that like medical work or something? That's pretty good. I didn't even think about those people that have received job because of the virus. And what's going to happen after the virus, like after all this calmed down, will you still be in work? Would it be like a prolonged thing over a long period of time, or just like right now sort of thing? Well, it's like in that pandemic. I didn't even think about that. People that have made jobs because of this virus. Interesting. But as I was saying, there's a few beaches down here on the Sunshine Coast. Sorry, there's a few beaches down here on the Sunshine Coast which have parks next to the car park, which you can like set up your side awning, set up a gazebo, and just look out the water. Even if it's just that, they are limiting the amount of people that can actually go down to the beach. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but Bondi Beach, they had something like 100,000 people something down there at any one time when it was busy. There was still like 80,000 people down there the other day, and the police actually had to tell everybody to leave. They were giving up fines, telling people to leave, it's not safe. It was just kind of a mass gathering, all that sort of stuff. Oh yeah, good job. Definitely essential service with that. Those, I've been talking to a lot of truck drivers out on the road here on the Sunshine Coast. Also, nice, good job. At least you got a job all the time then. You gotta be happy about that, mate. That's awesome. Are you delivering medical supplies like food? Is it for like a contractor or something? Because I was talking to a few people here and I said, oh, you guys are, well, obviously count as an essential service, being a truck driver, but will you guys shut down if it's a government mandated shutdown where everybody is on lockdown? And they said, well, they deliver medical supplies to all the hospitals, so they will be able to stay open, they will be able to keep their jobs through any sort of mandated shutdown, which is awesome. They've got to deliver food, medical supplies, whatever it might be to hospitals, elderly people that can't actually leave their homes. And well, that also brings me to another point that a friend offered to pick up some groceries for any elderly people that are in that high risk kind of bracket. He was going out to do his shop, so he said if anybody needs food for either their grandparents or someone they know in their community that's of that certain age, give them a list of what they want, and they can sort out the money later, or do a bank transfer or whatever, but let him know what they want and he will go pick it up for them, which is awesome. Oh, really? Where's that getting delivered to? That's actually pretty interesting. But yeah, he said he'll go out, pick up some groceries for the elderly people and drop it off at their place. Probably leave it at the door with a list of the stuff they wanted. Make sure they get the essentials. Because a lot of elderly people only leave the house once a day to go do a grocery shop. And in Australia, I don't know if it's the same in America and stuff like that. Please comment if it is. I'm not 100% sure. Try not to follow the news too much because there's a lot of grey areas of what to do, what not to do. The government and the media kind of puts their own spin on things. But here in Australia, they made a rule that between 7 AM and 8 AM, anyone over, I think it's 60, can go to the supermarket and no one else is allowed there. So that means all the elderly people and stuff like that can go do the grocery shopping, which is awesome. It's a great idea. But my boss's in-laws went there and they got hit on 2 different occasions. So one car rear-ended them and they're like, oh, did all the insurance stuff, whatever. And as they're leaving, another car drove straight into the side of them. A lot of stores are also doing that here. I think that's a great thing to do, but they said that's the most dangerous time of day to be at the shops when those elderly people are there. They're not known for their, yes, I missed out. Sorry mate, I missed out on reading that. I was trying to turn around about. Some reason I thought the messages the comments come up and they stay there. They kind of like filter through, but for some reason they go away. But I actually missed that one, sorry mate. Yeah, they reckon it's the most dangerous time to be at the supermarket because elderly people aren't known for their driving skills. I'm not saying I'm the best driver in the world, but someone of age 80, 90 that might only drive once or twice a week or a day and go to the supermarket and they're already panicking about not getting their groceries, not getting their toilet paper and all that sort of stuff. They I don't know, panic I guess, and they got hit 2 times in that hour they were at the supermarket in the morning, which is unbelievable. But so if you know someone elderly in your community, whether it be a neighbour, whether it just be someone you've walked past on your travels or driven past on your travels, maybe knock on their door. You don't have to shake their hand, well they say don't shake your hand, and see if they actually want any groceries, see if you can go pick them something up, whether it be toilet paper, hand sanitizer, whatever it might be, just to help out those people. And the more people we can stay at home, if you're already going out, the more people we can stay at home, the less likely is this virus is going to spread, and more people are going to get sick. And then those people that are out of jobs, they can get back into the workforce. They can get it back into the workforce, sorry, and we can all get back to daily life and get back to the ventures in our Jeeps that we love. We've got Easter coming up in a couple of weeks. We're trying to plan a full drive trip with a few friends to get away. Then my birthday is the week after. We're trying to plan a full drive trip for that as well. More than likely that will be postponed or cancelled, which sucks. So don't know what's going to happen with that. So the more people we can keep at home, the more people we can keep safe, and the more likely it is that we're going to get back to daily life. Which it just drove past my old work. So the more people we can stay at home, the more people we can keep safe, and the more likely is we can get back to normal life, is what I was saying. But the funny thing is, if you guys watched the last couple of videos, I just sold the TJ. Unfortunately, it's a sad day. I absolutely love that car and I did not want to sell it, but we sold it. And every time I used to sell a car or meet someone, I'd go shake the hand, "G'day mate, how's it going? My name's Kieran, blah blah blah," all that sort of stuff. And I said, "Oh, I would shake you guys' hand, but I don't think the Prime Minister would be too happy about that." They're like, "Oh yeah, no worries." And even when they got in the car, they said, "Oh, are you sick? Do we need to sanitize the steering wheel?" I said, "I'm not sick, but I've got disinfectant wipes in the house if you want to sanitize the wheel before you guys hop in the car and take it for a drive." Which they weren't too concerned about. I'm in my 20s, late 20s, 27, 28 in a couple of weeks. Yeah. But the offer's there for people to clean steering wheels before they take it for the drive. They've closed down all real estate showings and all that sort of stuff here as well. You can't go view a house, you can't go for a rental property, anything like that. So we just arrived here at work. I'll finish off this video, then I'll go to work. So we made a deal for the car. They took me down $500, which is fine. I ended up making $500 in the 3.5 years I own the Jeep, which is pretty good. Most people end up losing money, but even they negotiated down, we negotiated back up and all that sort of fun stuff, as you do when you buy a car. But he said, "Oh, 8.5," and I said, "All right, deal, let's do it." And he put his hand out to shake my hand, and I said, so we did a bit of like a air shake sort of agreement, which is foreign to me. My dad always taught me, when you meet someone, you're making a deal, you shake their hand, and now we can't do that. So it's a weird time we live in, and it's an interesting time as well. But that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in on this live video. Thank you for your comments, your input. I'm glad you guys are both in jobs, and anybody else that knows a job, which is awesome. Hopefully you guys stay in that job for as long as you can, And again, if you guys have lost your job and you want to reach out, or you're feeling alone, you guys are stuck at home, it is a very good time, 100%. And it'd be interesting to see how long this lasts for and goes on for and that sort of stuff. But what was I trying to say? I kind of lost my train of thought there. It is a weird time. We don't know how long this is going to last for. We don't know how long it's going to go on for. But thankfully we are in jobs. But if you guys have lost your job, you're feeling alone, isolated from the rest of the world, reach out to myself, comment on one of these videos saying, hey, I've been isolated for 2 weeks now and it's getting hard. Just reach out, make a comment, either reach out on Instagram at CheapJeeper, we can have a chat over direct message, whatever it might be. It doesn't have to be about the virus, doesn't have to be about owning a Jeep, doesn't have to be about the four-wheel drive community. It can just be about daily life and how you guys are doing. But that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you guys have an awesome week and keep it in a job.